Hello, everyone, and welcome to Secure Your Benefits. I'm truly grateful that you're here today. Whether you're someone who's already receiving Social Security, getting ready to apply, or you're just trying to understand what's changing in 2025 so you can make smarter financial decisions, you're in the right place. Today's session is one you won't want to skip, because the information I'm sharing with you is not only current as of April 20, 2025, but it could also directly affect your income, your retirement lifestyle, and even the benefits your loved ones receive in the future. Before we get started, I want to say something important. Every video I upload to Secure Your Benefits is based on real information. I don't create fake content, I don't make things up just to chase views, and I definitely don't mislead anyone. I spend hours reading official documents, checking multiple sources, tracking legislation, and verifying every detail to bring you content that's accurate, honest, and genuinely helpful. So if you've ever wondered, can I trust this channel? The answer is yes. I take that responsibility very seriously. So, with that said, let's talk about what's really going on with Social Security in 2025, and what you need to know right now because a lot has changed since last year, and more changes may be on the horizon. Let's start with something that affects every Social Security recipient: the cost of living adjustment, or COLA. In January 2025, the Social Security Administration officially rolled out a 2.5% COLA increase. Now, you might be thinking that doesn't sound like much. And you're right, compared to some past years when we saw over 5% or even 8% increases, 2.5% feels small. But it's still meaningful. For the average Social Security recipient, this means about $50 more per month. Over a year, that's $600, and when you're living on a fixed income, every single dollar counts. The goal of COLA is to help your benefits keep pace with inflation, and while it may not fully cover all rising costs, it's a necessary step toward preserving your purchasing power. Another important update is the increase in maximum monthly benefits. If you're someone who waits until age 70 to claim Social Security, which many financial experts recommend if you can afford to, you can now receive up to $5,108 per month. That's the highest monthly benefit available in 2025. If you choose to retire at your full retirement age, which for most people now is 67, the maximum you can receive is $4,018 per month. Of course, these amounts depend on your lifetime earnings and your work history, but they highlight just how powerful delaying your benefits can be, especially if you expect to live into your late 80s or 90s. Now, let's talk taxes, not the most fun topic, but absolutely necessary to understand. In 2025, the maximum taxable earnings limit has increased again. Last year it was $168,600, and now it's up to $176,100. This means if you earn up to that amount, those wages are subject to Social Security tax. For high earners, this means more of your paycheck is being taxed, but on the flip side, it could also mean higher future benefits, depending on how your overall earnings record shapes up over time. Another key change you need to know about is the earnings limit for people who are collecting Social Security benefits but are still working and haven't reached full retirement age yet. In 2025, you can now earn up to $22,320 per year without any reduction in your benefits. But if you go over that amount, $1 will be deducted from your benefits for every $2 you earn above the limit. This is something that catches a lot of people off guard, especially if they decide to start receiving benefits early at 62 and also keep working part-time. It's important to run the numbers and make sure you're not unintentionally lowering your monthly income. And now for some really big news, something that has been talked about for decades, and finally, in 2025, it actually happened. The Social Security Fairness Act was officially passed and signed into law. This new legislation eliminates two controversial rules that have affected millions of public servants: the Windfall Elimination Provision, known as WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, or GPO. These rules were originally designed to prevent what the government considered double dipping, but in practice, they reduced Social Security benefits for people who also received a pension from a job that didn't withhold Social Security taxes, like many teaching, law enforcement, and public service jobs. With this repeal, retired public workers can now receive their full earned Social Security benefits. For some, this means an increase of $300 to over $1,000 per month. It's a long overdue correction, and it's expected to impact more than 2 million retirees by the end of this year. Another thing I'm often asked is whether Social Security benefits are taxable, and unfortunately, the answer is yes, they can be. In 2025, if your individual income is over $25,000 or your combined household income is over $32,000, up to 85% of your benefits could be subject to federal income tax. This hasn't changed in years, but with COLA increases and other income sources added in, many people find themselves suddenly hitting that threshold. It's something to be aware of, especially when planning withdrawals from retirement accounts like 401(k)s or IRAs. So, how do you apply for Social Security benefits if you're ready? The easiest and fastest way is still through the official Social Security website ssa.gov. The process usually takes about 30 minutes, and you'll need some important documents: your birth certificate, your Social Security number, recent tax forms like your W-2 or your self-employment tax return, and possibly military records or immigration documents if they apply to your case. You can also apply by phone or by visiting your local Social Security office, but online is the most efficient route for most people. Now let's talk strategy, because Social Security isn't just about applying and waiting. There are smart ways to maximize your benefits, and I always say, if you know the system, you can get more out of it. One of the best strategies is delaying your benefits if you can. Every year you wait past your full retirement age, your benefit increases by about 8%. That can mean a lot more money over your lifetime, especially if you're in good health and have a long life expectancy. Also, make sure you check your earnings record regularly on the SSA website. Mistakes happen, and if there's an error in your reported income, it could reduce your future benefits. The sooner you catch and correct it, the better. For married couples, there are even more options. Coordinating when each spouse claims benefits can make a significant difference. In some cases, one spouse might claim early while the other delays, or one spouse might qualify for spousal benefits. Understanding these rules can add thousands of dollars to your retirement income over time. One last thing I really want to emphasize before we wrap up is this: Social Security is not something you should ignore or leave to the last minute. It's not just for people over 60. The choices you make in your 40s and 50s can impact your benefits decades later. Whether it's working enough years to earn your 40 credits, tracking your income accurately, or making smart retirement age decisions, everything counts. That's why I created this channel, Secure Your Benefits, to help people like you stay ahead of the system, not fall behind it. I want to thank you again for being here. It means a lot that you trust this channel for accurate, research-backed information. I read every comment, and your questions often help shape future videos. So if you found this helpful, please consider subscribing, hit that bell so you never miss an update, and share this video with anyone you think it could help: your spouse, your parents, your coworkers, even your financial advisor. Until next time, stay informed, stay prepared, and always remember, it's your future. Let's make sure you secure your benefits.